Hey everybody, welcome back to Majestic Collectibles, irregular, semi-regular, regular podcast. I don't know. Help me out there. It's got to have some sort of snappy name. So I've done this. This is my third year. I've done kind of a year in review of my reseller business. Just an overview kind of thing. And I'm just going to jump right into it. In 2024, it really sucked. I don't know how else to put it. It was terrible. So I guess, I don't know. I'm not sure where to start. My overall sales. Well, let me start here by saying we're fine. If that tells you how bad these numbers are going to be. We're fine. I'm still not going to have to skip lunch, and obviously I clearly don't do that anyway, so I'm not going to start now. But the overall sales decline in 2024 from 2023 was $73,591.80. So I just finished compiling. Well, my wife actually did it. She's the pretty one and the smart one here. Just sent off our taxes to our tax accountant. So everything's updated, adjusted, compiled, however you want to look at it. And to say 2024 stunk, boy, that doesn't do it justice. The last time I had a sales decline like this, 2008. So I'll just, whatever. I'm just gonna let you guys decide, what that means. The worst one, as you probably have guessed, because I've been whining all year. So if you're new to this, I got to back up. See this white background? I didn't mean to change topics, so I'm redoing it. So the white wall is kind of, well, I don't know, it looks weird. Anyway, that's what it's for. So hopefully that'll be updated and redecorated here soon. I haven't seen anything like this since 2008 as far as the sales decline goes. I don't know. I don't want to read too much into this because I still think, in spite of not the strongest economy right now, this does not feel like it's solely an economic issue. In other words, I'm still blaming eBay for a lot of this stuff, not being able to get their tech together. But certainly can't blame it for all of them. eBay alone, now let me see what the adjusted. Man, this is small print. I'm going to have to print this in old people's print here pretty soon. So, okay, so the decline overall for eBay was $45,116.24. Yep, you heard that right. $45,000. The next biggest decline, which is these two are making up most of the decline, and that was my national sales. If I get a really good collection, a really super high-end collection, I sent it out east to a consignment auction. And 2023, I had some pretty good collections. 2024, I did not. It was a terrible buying year, to be honest. Nothing. I bought stuff if you watch the videos, but not a lot of wow stuff. So that was the other big drop. And let's see, that was $20,317.14. My antique mall here at the Brass Armadillo was down just a little over $800 was all. And I think that was pretty good because of all the weather events we had that were pretty severe. And then just normal, super cold, super windy, super rainy. So I was pretty happy with that. Consignment sales, let's see, they were down $4,600. A lot of that also was weather events and just some other stuff there that was out of their control on the auction folks' side. So I'm not reading too much into that one. Obviously not big chunks of my income on either of those. So shows, which so this surprised me. So my shows did not generally do very well last year, but I did add two extra shows. So my decline there in my shows and flea markets It was only about $1,381, but I added in 2 shows. So if you take those 2 shows out, I don't think it'd be that good. So I did not too far off on sales, but on extra shows there. So, wow, guys, I'm just looking through this here real quick. What kind of fell off the charts, because I do break this down by category. So my action figure sales was a pretty big dump here, $7,477 less, so fewer action figure sales. Trading cards was about the same, which I don't deal with a lot of that, so not a big number. Comics were off by $900, and I do think a lot of that were the flea markets up in Northwest Iowa. We basically lost 2, and those are usually 2 pretty decent shows, but we lost 2 of those because of the flooding. So I'm guessing that was a big chunk of that there. Model kits, this surprised me just a little bit, but it was actually down about $5,000 in sales on model kits, and I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know. I can tell you part of it is that the model kits, the good stuff, the Pokemon, the Gundam kits, things like that, were really backloaded. They didn't start showing up until, literally like a week or 10 days before Christmas. And they're still coming in. Just before I did this, I just got another notice from my wholesaler that there's another shipment of Pokemon stuff, model kits coming in. So I'm thinking that was part of it, because if I don't have it, I can't sell it. And my inventory is up a little, but not a huge amount. So I'm thinking at least part of it I didn't get. Probably economic slowdown is another one. I do sell a lot at those shows in Northwest Iowa, the flea markets. That's probably part of that. So a lot of moving parts there. Now, on the good news. Now this is kind of going back to eBay, okay? Because my postage and shipping costs were also less. So my postage and shipping cost dropped by $10,800, and that's because I wasn't shipping anything. Yeah, great. My shipping supplies cost was also lower at $2,100. So, I guess that's the one silver lining, if you want to call it a silver lining, is that when the sales decrease, I don't use as many shipping supplies, as much postage and things like that. So my total expenses, I didn't read everything here. Show equipment's in there. Office, I got a new office computer. Things like that. So my shipping, my total expenses for 2024 dropped by $28,475. And that was the overall decline, gross sales decline of $73,591.80. So, yikes. I'm feeling your pain. I know not everybody probably saw that kind of sales drop, depending on your market that you sell in. Collectibles are notorious for large rises, large falls. And this is just, I've been through these cycles before. So that in and of itself is not terribly unusual. I think what is unusual, though, a lot of it outside my control, of course, locally with the weather stuff last year. But also, darn it, eBay, I'm sorry, if the economy was really as bad as what these sales reflect, we'd be out there eating cats and dogs. So I don't know how else to say that. I just don't think, I don't sell a lot of high-end stuff. So I'm not selling, like your super luxury Rolex, high-end, ultra-limited collectibles. Most of this stuff is going to hit in the $20 to $50 range, and a lot of it hits in the $10 to $15 if I can't move it locally. So we're not talking like super high dollar stuff here for the most part. And Something's up, man. I just saw e-commerce bites. They do not sponsor me. This is not paid, no promotion. They don't know me from anybody, but I get their free newsletter, and I just saw eBay had a town hall, and there's a lot of questions from resellers to the eBay powers that be about the search engine not working right, which is something I have howled about since 2012. So this is not something new. But what else is there? I honestly, I don't know. So here's my gripe, and you can turn the video off at this point because it's just me kind of scorching eBay. But I've drank the eBay Kool-Aid for a long time now, and by that I mean, I've drank the one-day shipping Kool-Aid. I've drunk the free returns 30 days Kool-Aid. I've drunk I mean, almost everything. The free shipping I experimented with, so I only drank a little bit of that Kool-Aid. Didn't work. So if you saw my hidden cost of magazines, selling magazines on eBay video, I went back after that. And I was going to do this anyway. It was just a timing thing. So I experimented for a year with free ship on my magazines and on my DVDs, and it didn't make any difference. I had no bump in sales by offering free shipping on either of those categories. So I just went back and added shipping in anyway because they weren't moving. But I have played the eBay game. I've done the promoted. I've done the off-site promoted. I've got the store, whatever I can't remember. They keep changing the names. Whatever the second level tier store is, I've done that. I don't know. It's very frustrating because I've done what they say I should do, and then now their answer is I just got this. 48 hours ago, I got a thing. Hey, send coupons out. So they raise fees, again, they nickel and dime you every single way possible, and then their answer to help you out and help you be successful is for you to give discounts on your stuff after paying them, of course, and all their extra fees. So they're really, really squeezing a lot of resellers right in the middle there, and I do not have to do this for a living anymore, so I'm very blessed that that's the case. But there's a lot of people out there that are really doing their best, trying very hard, following their suggestions, listening to what eBay is telling them for this stuff, and I don't know what to say other than that. It's just not working, and I think things are going to get tough for some sellers versus others this year because of the de minimis situation. When they figure that out and they stop allowing the free customs entry for items under $800, and let's face it, most of that's coming from China. That's going to take a lot of fast fashion and a lot of trinkets, and it's really going to raise the cost of this stuff. Shipping is going to be going up again. I know I haven't seen USPS yet, but I did get notices for both FedEx and UPS. I can't remember when it said. It's fairly soon, though, but they will be increasing rates again. I guarantee the post office is going to do the same. That'd be really weird if just one raised the rates, because if one does it, they all figure they can do it, kind of deal on that. So I don't know. This reselling online thing, I think is really, something's going to snap, something's going to break. I don't know if sellers, if they're like me at the end of the year, they finally got things compiled and they're going, oh man, this is not working. I don't know. But I can tell you, just based on something that's really interesting, is I went to two small shows this year, the ICBC Minicon in Johnston, Iowa, and the QC Toy Show in East Moline, Illinois. And by golly, they punched way above their weight, not only for the dollars spent, but the attendance on either one was not anything outstanding. They were small shows, but the folks came to buy. And I really think at this point, some of that business, some of that online business, is 100% shifting back to shows. Couple of reasons. I think because of the cost of shipping, you're not seeing as much low dollar stuff, sold online unless it's in a bulk situation. So, there's not a lot of $4, $5, $6 comics. If there are, they're usually, $5 or $6 shipping or whatever. But I really think bang for your buck. Going back to the live shows does have some attractive qualities for collectors. They don't have to spend on shipping. They can see it first, so the quality control from their side of things is much higher because they can inspect it and ask questions and look at it. So I wonder if that's not going to be something that's going to continue throughout 2025, at least locally, we're going to see that shift. I also have to say, part of this guess, it's all it is, it's just a guess, but my Antique Mall booth here in Des Moines, probably the best January, February I've had. I've been there 9 years, off to an incredibly strong start. Have not seen people kicking down the doors, good numbers. It's not barren, but I have not seen some big jump in people suddenly coming through the door, but they are spending more when they come through the door, just like the two shows I was at. So I just have to wonder, if this shift is moving away from online for both buyers and sellers, just because it's complicated. It used to be really easy, it used to be really simple, and now it's just, I don't know. It's just not what it used to be. So how that's going to suss out going down the road, I will be very curious. I'm not leaving eBay. I don't have a choice. That's the only way I can sort of limp along and try and sell stuff. I'm still listing. I listed a bunch of vintage Star Wars toys and G.I. Joe vehicles this morning, a few hours ago. So I'm still putting stuff on my eBay store without a doubt. I have not changed that. But where this is going, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But I tell you what, a lot of sellers will probably limp through 2025, at least most of 2025. But I suspect that if there's another massive revenue drop in 2025 from 2024, that's gonna change a lot of resellers' perspectives. And right now, so it's March 13th, 2025. I would say my sales so far in 2025, and I haven't looked this up because it's a guess, but it's a pretty good guess, I think. But I've been so wrapped up getting 2024's numbers done to get the taxes taken care of, I haven't looked as close as I probably should. But right now, just based on gross sales, my eBay sales for 2025 are only about 40% of 2024. So that is not great. That is a really, really, really slow start. And, we'll just have to see. I don't want to be doom and gloom about it, but it is something to take note of. People are going to be concerned, and people that do this even as a side hustle, it's going to be tough. Because you at least like to break even, right? Or you at least like to make it feel like it was worth something, or you get a little change in your pocket at the end of the month. If it's just closet cleaning or side hustle stuff. So when that's gone, I don't think you're going to see as much of that. And then the longer term dealers and the larger resellers that are on eBay, they're going to be paying real close attention to these numbers. And we're all going to be looking for, what's the magic formula here? What collectible is selling? What pricing point do I have to buy it at? And that's going to be tough. I'm going to talk about that in an upcoming podcast here pretty soon. But last year I was not able to buy. I just could not get together with the potential sellers. And this year started off even worse than last year, where I've seen some collections and the asking price is Not even, it's 3 times what the collection is worth full retail. So, I think it's going to be kind of a dry year from that perspective too, because I don't know. I don't know where the sellers are getting the prices. Might be from eBay, but honestly, I doubt it because these things are so outrageous on some of these. I looked it up online. I looked it up here. I looked it up, and this is going for $125. And I can maybe sell it for 30, 25. I mean, we've been that far apart, and it's been everything. I mean, everything. Toys, action figures, pretty much anything I deal with have not even been in the same solar system. So I don't know what's going on there, but that's a continuing trend for 2025. And if that happens, a lot of resellers are going to have a tough time. Because obviously one of the few costs we can control is what we spend on our inventory. Our overhead is kind of set, from utilities to computers to whatever it is. We can't really do a lot there. So the inventory is a big cost that we have just a little bit of control over. But if you can't buy it, you can't sell it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Some of your thoughts on this, guys. I'm kind of curious if there's any other resellers watching this. It doesn't matter what category it is. I don't care if it's collectibles or not. I'm just curious to see if you had a big drop, if something worked for you. I'm open. I'm open. Tell me what you got. That's it, guys. Check out our other videos and podcasts, and thanks for watching.